past, what I've had to do is go find clips, go find images, and try to piece it together so the viewer gets the message or the story.
Right.
But now I can just take an image of myself, as you saw in the trailer,
Right.
and recreate the scene of me running and then fall down and pass out.
And let's talk about the cost too, because you know about the cost of clips and production and that sort of stuff. So how had
What is up? What is up? I think we are on day 70. I'm going to see. Perfect. We're on day 70 here. Let me go fix this. Okay, there we go. That looks a lot better. The hat, though, is a little bit to the left. Like, what are we doing? And then I believe our subscriber count also went up. Almost like we went up a good amount of subscribers the other day because of that live stream that we did. We did like a short little live stream because I wasn't free enough to do like a real live stream of me just sitting down and studying, which luckily today though I actually already did this long form live stream, which is great. Make sure I'll end up tuning into the video that I did where I was solving some real IT help desk tickets. That would be super dope. I was finally getting hands on with some IT stuff, so I thought that was a really, really nice video. Make sure you end up tuning into that. But just give me 1 second though, because I gotta make sure I put this out in my Discord, and I gotta see if this is live. I gotta see if this is live. Let's go and see. And I gotta turn on this TV, and I got a big old TV right here now, so it's kind of startling. Let me go put this. There we go. Did I already copy the link? I believe I did. My bad for the roaring PS5 here. It should calm down soon. Should I do this at everyone? Perfect. And then I'll probably do it on here as well. There we go. Here we go. And then I think also too, I'm probably not going to need this phone because remember, I'm not going to be studying on camera today because I already did that. So I'm just going to talk about what I kind of been studying and getting into, which is nice. Then this is about to die too, so I'm going to charge this phone. I feel like I probably should have did a YouTube short live if anything, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. Oh, this isn't even the charger, so where the hell did it go? I swore I picked it up from the floor over here. Let's say that wasn't even the charger. Like, what are we doing? It's over here, to be honest. I'm gonna turn this on. And why the hell is my Sims game on? I wasn't playing Sims. Oh, you know what? I think I was for like a second. I'm trying to go to YouTube real quick so that I can also hopefully play it up here. This is a task now. This is a task. Oh, I guess I'm downloading YouTube. I mean, that's fine. I guess that's fine. And then lastly, I need to charge this. You know, so crazy. Something crazy ended up happening today. I can't really talk about it though, but I was like, what? But that's all good. Alright, now I think I'm ready. By the way, if you have any questions, definitely go and ask away. Why not? You might as well. And then also too, I think I have a couple of things I wanted to get to here in my phone, but let me just talk a little bit about what I just did previously. So before this, I actually like completely quizzed myself on a lot of topics Because they want me to sign in. It's like they're doing too much. But I quiz myself on a lot of topics, but specifically on the topic of exactly what I was just learning. So what I was just learning was the compare and contrast, which I'm about to show y'all on the screen real quick. If I can get this all together. Hopefully this works. If it doesn't, we're just gonna leave this screen alone. Here we go. Perfect. I'm gonna make sure this is muted. Okay, it is. But no, yes, I was just studying about compare and contrast of the computer topics, because if I show y'all here, I believe this is in particular, I'm just gonna show y'all the whole entire thing. At least though, let's make sure that this says day 70, because why not? And I can't believe we are so close to 1900 subscribers. So here we go, or 1900. But here is the CompTIA A+ certification exam objectives, which is obviously what I'm trying to go and get. And right now we're still in the operating system side of things. About 28% of it needs to be, or I guess is the operating system, and there's about 90 questions here. So there's only a maximum of 90 questions. So 28% of 90 should be like 25 questions, something like that. I'm not good with math. I looked this up the other day. And then same thing with security. It says about 25 questions. Obviously these are lower percentages, so maybe, you know, it could be, obviously it'll be a little bit less. But the point is that I'm really trying to make sure, no matter what operating system out of these 25 questions pop up, that I know the answer. So something I'm kind of really like honing in on is the Microsoft editions, and then I think eventually we're getting into the features. But I believe I finished this section where we actually were learning about all the editions and then pretty much all these answers, the domain versus workgroup, desktop styles, and I quizzed myself, I want to say, on specifically Windows 10, because I was learning Windows 10 for about 2 weeks. Or 2 weeks, my fault. For about 2 days. Oh, what's up, Cassidy? Or I guess your name is Faith. What is up? I think I remembered, right? Are you that person? I think so. It might be. Or am I tripping? Actually, no. Is it you? I think it's you. Who knows? I could definitely be wrong. But no, yeah. So I basically quizzed myself on all this Windows 10's edition here, and then I didn't even know that there was an N version. I didn't know that we were gonna get into that, because I quizzed myself before finishing the Windows 11 edition in Professor Messer's course. So I was like, what the hell? So they were asking me some questions about this, which I got wrong, obviously, because why would I know that? But other than that, though, I pretty much got the rest correct. I think things that would throw me off was this. I swear on everything, we did not take a note about this anywhere in Professor Messer's video, but I do now know the answer if they were to ask about it. And then I guess same thing with TPM. I swear me and Professor Messer, we did not get into this part. We got into UFI, or maybe UFI is just kind of, you know, the understandable thing, but I swear we didn't get into TPM, so I'm not sure about that. I know about clean install and in-place upgrades, so I was happy to see that. I aced those questions. And then domain and workgroup. Some of these I aced, but the only reason why I got a couple of them wrong was because I know that Pro for workstations and enterprise have a lot of similar things. So sometimes it would ask me something like, one of the questions was like, okay, which computer has a RAM, or like a what is it called? I forgot how to explain it. But they have like a 64-bit computer. What is the max RAM in these type of computers? And then they said make sure that it's 6 gigabytes or more. I'm like, well, technically, Pro for workstations and enterprise have terabytes. I'm like, technically, these two have 6 terabytes or more, like they do. But then I guess like the person that was asking the question, they were just like, oh, well, I guess the way that they're asking it, you would pick the most likely or something weird. So I picked enterprise. When I guess I was supposed to pick Pro for workstations, but in reality, I didn't like that question because technically it was both of them, but it didn't ask about most common. It just said which computers. So when I wrote my answer, I put down enterprise, and then I said, but it could be both. But I guess I would have got that wrong. And then there was like a couple other questions like that where they would say things like, you know, which computer would you use for domain? access. And then it's like, obviously you're not using home, but technically all three of these have domain access. So I got confused. I'm like, do I just go with the sooner one? So it was things like that. Which I think I learned you do just go with the sooner one. So if Pro ends up offering it, just go for Pro. Because otherwise it's gonna count as wrong for some reason. I still need to quiz myself for Windows 11 editions, which I think is a lot more easier because this one has 4, this one obviously has 3. Home can't do anything pretty much compared to what these two could do. And I guess, like I said, you never pick Enterprise unless Enterprise is just the only option. I guess when they mention App Locker or something. Then you pick Enterprise. But we've been eating here. I basically finished that whole video. I just want to kind of quiz myself still a little bit with everything now understood. And then the next thing I would want to get into would be here, which is legitimately my next video, which is to learn Microsoft Windows operating system features and tools. And so this is literally the next video. And honestly, I used to think it was kind of difficult because let me go and show you guys Professor Messer. I'm sorry. I was gonna say my video normally pops up for some reason here. Thank God it didn't. It's always such like a weird thumbnail. I'm like, please don't remind me of my past videos. But I don't watch it on this channel. I actually watch it on another channel. But pretty much these are his courses. So I finished this video number 5, the overview of Windows. And then we're getting into video number 6, which is about 8 minutes long. Task Manager is 4 minutes. But then it starts to get a little bit longer when it comes to the command line tools, which I'm very nervous about. Network command line, so this is about already a 50-minute video. You add another 20, 56, probably 80-minute video right here. Almost an hour straight of just learning basically command lines and control panel. So it's a little bit like intimidating, but then eventually the minutes do drop and things start to move a lot more faster. So I feel like today is going to be when I kind of tell y'all how I plan to change up my studying style. Because I think, with doing these live streams, I tend to be a little bit more focused on the live stream. I've probably been live streaming myself following Professor Messer for about like 3 weeks now. And I'm only on video 5. And these videos aren't that long. So there's clearly a problem when it comes to my study routines. I think I'm going to have to switch it up. Because you already know, I already work full time. I can only study for about an hour before work. So it's not really like, I could sit there and do a bunch. So I feel like because I try to talk a lot more in my streams, that's something that's going to need to stop. So I think what I'm probably going to do is I think on days off, I'm going to do streams, like this. Where, granted, I am just talking right now, but I plan next week where I'm going to actually be talking, studying, doing my thing, right? And I feel like maybe on my 2 days off, that's what that's going to be. So even if it moves slow, it's whatever. And then I feel like during the days that I work, excluding Wednesday, I'm probably, or I'll say Thursday, excluding Thursday, I'm also going to just basically prop the camera up and study without talking. So it's going to be kind of like how my 12-hour studies are. And then I feel like on Thursday or Wednesday, I'm still debating. I could probably pop in and pretty much, do it that way. Or I could even pop in for like 10 seconds before every stream or 10 minutes and then kind of get to studying. But I rather, I feel like just make sure that I'm studying because this is going to be a lot to get through if I continue to move at the pace that I'm moving. And I honestly finished this video so quickly without, streaming. So the fact that, I think that's just the plan. I just got to change up a bit of the streaming schedule there. And I think it should still continue to be interesting. It does seem like most of my views anyway tend to come from the 12-hour study sessions, which is good. I get about 400, 600 views, which isn't bad at all. So for live stream, so I think that's probably what I'm going to do. And then that also, like I said, is just going to allow me to get really hands-on with a lot of my content that I just really want to do. Which, by the way, like I said, I've uploaded the video recently. That is me answering some help desk tickets. I thought that video was going to perform a lot better. But sometimes the days just kind of need to ride out and then eventually you'll see. I also uploaded a website build the other day as well. So I honestly haven't really been paying attention on those analytics. And those analytics actually have been really good. So yeah, that video wasn't bad either. So we're pretty much just doing our thing, and then remember, this month is just a lot of hands-on content. So I need to go and record myself. Probably, maybe after this or a little bit later, I'm gonna be recording myself installing the installing virtual machine, so that I could get that all kind of set up for installing the operating system, which I think is just gonna be super lit, and I'm happy to be going down this path. We're going to be doing the job hunt very soon though, because I kind of want to see what type of positions are currently opened, honestly. So we got the CompTIA A plus. I also want to say too, the easiest, well, it's not even, because I don't even think the CompTIA A plus is hard. I honestly feel like it's like very easy to me, or at least studying for it. I think the only thing is that it just takes such a long time. But when you like study it, and or maybe it could be because I'm just super interested in this certain topic and stuff, that I feel like maybe that could also be with what it is for me. But I'm just so like, I feel like I'm getting it. It's just moving damn slow, for sure. But it's super fun. It's super fun. And yeah, so I basically just take Professor Mercer's quiz. So if y'all are ever, or his what is it called, like his courses. So if y'all are ever going for the CompTIA A plus, trying to get into IT, I 100% recommend following his courses to get the CompTIA A plus, so that you could be, you might be, who knows, right? Some people go off certification, some people don't, but I want the A plus just because I want to stack certifications, and eventually I want to get my degree. And if I get that A plus, I could skip a couple classes, and that's really my goal. And doing everything that I'm doing. I do like to take notes on notebooks, which you already know that I love writing notes and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just crazy. I'm also not really rushing though, in the sense of getting a career. But let me go and look up real quick, because I want to go and job hunt. Because at the end of the day, I already have a job, so part of me is kind of waiting for a specific role in my company that I know is going to, offer a good amount for a role compared to other companies, and that's kind of really what I'm banking on in a way. So we'll have to see. I kind of want to see past week applications. I want to see some of the newer ones, because the ones that went by for a month is crazy. So here we go. Let me go and show y'all what's going on screen. But yeah, so we're not really in a rush for anything, because I already do work a certain position at a certain job, and I kind of want to get into, maybe do like a little bit of an internal transfer to that specific position, or the IT position there. But yeah, it's definitely gonna happen at some point, hopefully. I mean, we gotta see. And it's just crazy, because I've seen an entry-level position be offered previously in a different building. So it's kind of like gives me a little bit of hope that eventually there will be a position open up in my building. Or maybe in a building where I wouldn't mind to go live in. And I think that's just gonna be so damn cool to end up getting into. So these are what they kind of expect you to do on the job. Respond to client calls, participate. I feel like I kind of already read this one, because this is probably one of the ones I would be more in accordance to, like really wanting to go for it, simply because of it's remote. But I don't know about the hours. I feel like that was the last thing I said too as well. These are some of the newer ones though. So this one's a hybrid. It says 12 people click. Oh, I thought they said they clicked away. I'm like, what in the hell? So 12 people clicked apply already. And that's something with LinkedIn as well, is that so many people are just, they're applying immediately. But some of these positions might not even be actually real. So you never know. Serve as the point of contact for Yardi employees, install, repair, and maintain, upgrade PCs, operating systems. And they're also paying a pretty good, honestly, some pretty good pay for this type of company. I don't know what the hell Yardi is. I honestly thought it was probably like a store. It's a real estate software, I guess, place. So Yardi Systems develops real estate technology and software solutions. Okay, I was gonna say, so I see why they're paying that much. It's probably a big tech company. In a way, I'm like, hold on, what's going on? I mean, this isn't like that much, but I feel like normally compared to certain places, they'll probably pay like 21, depending, for like an entry level position. This one's also 29, and it's for H Mart. So it says respond to user inquiries and provide technical support via phone and email or in person, assist users in resolving hardware, software, and network related issues. Walk users through problem solving processes and stuff like that. Oops, I moved my phone. So problem solving processes, perform root, and hold on, give me 1 second. Okay, we're good. Perform root, cause, analysis, and implementation. Make sure I end up liking up this stream, by the way. It pushes the stream out to other people. We need some hearts and stuff like that. I gotta, actually, never mind, because that's not even working for one. Conduct routine checks and maintenance. So I like everything that we currently are seeing here. Something I really want to look into, though, because I know obviously in the end I would need to be probably do. Oh, they have one for Zillow. I mean, IT support specialist for Zillow, I wouldn't mind. But the fact that it's on site is crazy. But for 28 to 45 an hour, and where is this? Damn, in California, I'm not going. But I kind of want to see if they have junior network engineers, because this is something I would really like to get into, specifically cloud engineering. But of course, I gotta follow the rules, and I gotta kind of go, IT support, whatever the hell, get into network engineering, and then, of course, climb my way into cloud engineering. That's gonna be a task, but I think I could do it. I know I could do anything I put my mind to. Just gotta study, and really get the work experience in as well. So we got responsibilities. We got cross-connecting patch panels, installing hardware and other equipment, assisting senior network engineer to identify and resolve network security issues, researching new technologies in order to support analysis of existing systems, documenting network problems and resolution for future reference, bidding and pricing network related. Some required knowledge is that they want you to have network plus firewalls and VPN solution Cisco models. I feel like the only thing that I really like about this is that it prepares me in a way of kind of knowing what type of skills they want. For instance, Excel, Word, PowerPoint skills is a plus specifically for this place, is what they said. Written and presentational skills. I feel like I like to see what they want from you in a way. But then also too, I think it's just really good just for some people who think, oh, there's not jobs out there, there's not that many jobs. It's they really do be offering some jobs here. Granted, a lot of these ones are in particular are on site, but I mean, I would assume that's okay. We don't need to be working remote. For me, I think I personally would want to be working in person anyway. I think that's probably how you get the most experience. But look how much it really do be paying though. Obviously this is for when you probably are a senior or something, but this is 120 to 140. That's probably, it should be 6K a month, but with the math, I think to make 6K a month would be 140, I believe. So you're probably making with 120 maybe 4 to 5ish, maybe 4 or 5ish K on take home pay, not gross pay. So that's still not bad though, monthly at all. Operational support for all network related issues, network security design, and I just feel seeing stuff like that, like I said, it just gives you that just seeing that, it's wow, that's something you're actually learning skills that could eventually pay or offer you that much. These skills aren't useless. I love how the more I scroll down though, they stop showing what the pay is. As I'm talking about pay for a second, I'm just trying to see. We could just go by salary, but it's not even about that though. I just kind of wanted to see a couple of things. This was a network engineer, it's hybrid, 115 to 135. That's not bad at all. Clearly, I'm sure if you're a junior network engineer, you're probably gonna make, it really depends on what company you're working for. Because when I was looking at the entry-level IT support position in my internal transfer, they were offering 88K for it. So I could only imagine what the network engineering roles were getting offered. And then I was even looking at some architecture roles, which obviously I don't want to get into that now because that's not something I'm interested in. But maybe in the near future, or obviously down the line, they were offering 140 to 160, and it's because the place that I was looking at is government in a federal building. So I'm hey, I would not mind to be working there if they're going to be paying 88 for an entry-level IT support position. So you probably, even if you get into tier 3, you're probably already making 100K or more, 100 to 120K just off of, tier 3. IT support just because they're already charging that much. 'Cause I think the most that they were going to charge for that entry level IT support position was 117K. Normally it kind of falls like in the beginning spot or the middle spot when it comes to them offering those type of pays. But the point is, it's like I couldn't even imagine what they're going to be charging or paying the networking team if you can end up getting in there. So I was like, damn. This one is a network engineer with Python. I was also looking at like cloud engineers just to see if it was something I'm really interested in getting into. Because with cloud engineers, I know that it's somewhat similar but very much different as well than just network engineering. And pretty much I know it has a good amount of scripting and code and stuff like that, but it's not like you're a software engineer, so you're not building apps or building websites from scratch. You're just kind of scripting. You're just writing code to kind of make certain things do an action. Not all of it, but just certain areas. So I was like, I think I could definitely get into that, but network engineering still doesn't pay bad, like at all. It's actually a really good paying job that I wouldn't mind getting into. It just is going to take a couple, me studying, take a couple years, take some experience. I am, like I said, already getting a lot of freelance experience, but when it comes to, I want to say like actual job, it's difficult because I'm already working a damn job. So it's like, this is 68 to 72. That isn't bad neither. But yeah, super nice to just see a lot of these damn positions. And like, I kind of, even now that we're here, like, what about web developers? Like, I still got some web design, I still got a little bit of web design in me. It's just a front developer. They don't even talk about pay because they probably pay really cheap. Which I'm still shocked though that a lot of people don't go for these positions, because I think these would really help people if they just went for a lot of the smaller positions and kind of just use that to get into bigger positions. But then that's crazy that these here are paying like 90K. I wonder who ends up. Oh, this is a software engineer, creative email developer, HTML. This sounds easy. This sounds easy as hell. What the hell? Develop and maintain enterprise HTML and client. Yeah, no, this one isn't bad. I don't know what the hell people are doing. Credit Karma has some front-end software engineers, yeah, of course. But software engineers are a little bit different, because those are the jobs that are actually being, like actually being not replaced in a way, but kind of people are just getting let go left and right. That's really what people mean when they say like tech jobs are letting go of people. It is literally, they're mainly talking about software engineers, which is true. That stuff is happening. So what is up, Emmanuel? So you think so too? Yes. Help desk support remote. This one wouldn't be bad neither, but they have first, second, and third shift. But and it says we must be flexible. I was gonna say, because if they're flexible with schedules, I wouldn't mind, especially for a $15 pay rate, just to get that experience. But I'm not really gonna have a flexible timing. That's why I really want it to be my current job. But if it's not in my current job, I think my biggest thing would have to be then from there, I would really need to change probably my schedule and just stack like maybe a second, either part-time or full-time, and just really focus on getting that. Like I said, just getting that experience. This is superior course, 61 to 90K. 60K isn't bad. That's probably around 1,500. I mean, that's probably around $30,000 a month. That's not too bad. That's not too bad. And then 90K would probably be, I mean, it would make sense if it were to just be, I think 90K would be what, 5 or 4K? No, maybe like 4. Yeah, I think it might be like 4K a month there, which actually is really good. I wouldn't mind 4K a month. Honestly, I think I would be probably the most comfortable at 4K a month. I'm definitely comfortable now though in what I make, but if I was able to make 4, I think I would be really comfortable making 6 or 5. Then that's just extra money for me. That's it. I wouldn't need nothing more than that. I'll probably just start stacking at that point. So we got 95% is remote, but then 20%, so first of all, I can't even apply because where's the math? So saying 95% is remote from within Wisconsin, but then travel to various locations in Wisconsin, Wisconsin is required up to 20% of the time, mostly to offices. Math ain't math in there, okay? Unless I'm misreading, but I don't like what I'm seeing. I don't even know what the hell that was. Oops, I then clicked and opened another app. But yeah, this is Take Two Interactive. What the hell is Take Two again? Is this a game? Why is my beautiful picture keep popping up right next to them? They're like, do you want to be a part of this company? So offer on-site assistance for operational and maintenance needs. Okay, this is crazy. This is crazy. But it's like I said, it's just the fact that all of those, like, it literally legitimately gives like that type of hope, bro, because it's right there. It's right in your grasp. You just gotta be grinding. You just gotta start studying. I think, what was the last thing I just wrote to on my notebook? I was writing about the Windows N editions, which I guess is like a Europe edition that doesn't have media. I'm like, what the hell, and why did I need to know this? But you know what? I ended up learning it, and now I got a lot of the questions correct because I learned that. So that was what's up. But yeah, just literally studying all of this is just, it's amazing. I think the only thing too, though, that could probably really hold people back is kind of like rejection or failure, feeling like, damn, like I want this certain position and you don't really get hired for it, or you go for it. I think for me, a lot of it, I just kind of consider it as a practice. And then because I'm just so willing and like driven to learn anything, in the end, it's their loss, right? But I feel like, honestly, I have the drive to do it. It's always, I guess the big question is always going to be when does it happen, when, or, and probably even where, like where to. But I mean, I feel like I probably wouldn't mind that. It's just, I hope within 2 years, I could pretty much land a network engineering role. That's really my goal. And, you know, this YouTube channel is here to kind of just document that entire journey and a little bit of other journeys as well. Because after we kind of finish, you know, by the end of this year, whether I land an IT support role or not, from here, I'm probably going to keep going until it's time for me to enroll in college, which I might do in 2027 because, like I said, getting these certifications in the college I want to go to, which I'm about to go show y'all here. So if you're someone who's in IT support, or if you're already in, you know, you're already doing like, hold on, I'm trying to write IT degree, doing all that stuff, getting this degree here is like super goated, even if you have certifications already, because you can pretty much move as fast as you want to get this degree. I can't believe I was this close to getting, I think, a web design degree. What was I thinking? I mean, it probably would have done well, but it's like, it just wasn't a passion. So where's technology? I'm going to go for the bachelor's here, or I could probably do the advanced version. Where the hell is that? They have an MBA 2, Information Technology Management, which I would definitely go to school for as well. And then they also have cybersecurity too, but I think I'm not going to do cybersecurity until later. They have network engineering and security engineering, and I would kind of go for that one. But the problem with that is that they don't have like a master's for it, and I really want to get my master's. That's kind of like my biggest focus. So I'm gonna go for information tech. Oh wait, oops, I meant to click the accelerated program. Can you all even see my screen? Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought I already jumped over. Let's go to online degrees. We gotta go to technology, bachelor's. They have cloud computing, and then we gotta go here. So this is the accelerated version of the bachelor's. I think it minuses like about 20 classes, I think, or something like that. So I could apply now, which would start on February 1st. So I guess I'm assuming a lot of people have probably been applying recently. But in this program, these are going to be the things you learned. It's one fast track program to bachelor's and a master's degree. Industry certifications are built into this accelerated program, saving you money, time, design with input. Which, like I said, I'm not sure if you pass their CompTIA A+, do you get one or no? Which I'm assuming you don't. But they have scripting and programming, networking and security, systems and services, data management, and business of IT is all in here. And you can earn about 2 degrees within 4 years. I know that might sound crazy because for y'all, if you think of regular college time, you're probably thinking like, okay, I'm gonna get the degree in 6 years or 4 years and then get my master's in another 2, so that's 6 years in total. Well, no, WGU, in particular with tech degrees, they actually allow you to move as fast as you can and or as slow as you can. So I've seen people get a 4-year degree and they probably got it in 1 year, or get a 4-year degree and they got it in just a couple of months. But obviously they already had a lot of courses already completed from outside, things, and you have to see what WGU accepts. But it's crazy as hell. So most people tend to finish this program in 4 years though, but that's even still, that's 2 years off. But you can earn it even sooner, which is crazy, and it lets you take fewer courses as well. The term tuition isn't even bad neither. So each term is actually a 6-month term. And normally if you're thinking of regular college, you're probably paying about 40,000, 50, maybe even 60, depending on the college you're going to. The term per 6 month is actually basically $4,000. I'll just say $4,000 for both because I don't know what the hell this is. So if you think about it, in 1 year, if you get your degree of 4 years, you basically would only pay $8,000 compared to someone who's probably going to go through a 4-year college and pay $40,000. Or let's say you even do it in 2 years, right? You're going to be paying about $16,000 compared to someone who would still pay $40,000. And then even if you decided to take, 4 years on a regular term, I believe that would be 16 plus 16. That's probably about... Tell 6 plus 6 is 2, put the 1. That's probably about 46. I think I could have done the math super wrong, but about 46 or 36. I thought it was 36, but it might be 46,000 or 36,000. So it's a little bit, cheaper, or probably around the same price if you did 4 years. But then here, obviously, you're doing the 2-year master, so then that's even different. So when you get to the masters, you're charged $4,000 as well. But this one's $3,800, it's $4,080. And it's just crazy. And then the average salary income increase, they say, from people who get this WGU degree is about $17,000. That's not bad at all. And that's the reason why I want to get my bachelor's and master's. Because I've also seen someone in my family who doesn't work in tech, but they work in a different position. And they ended up getting, well, they also got their doctors too, but they ended up getting their masters. And I believe their masters ended up adding, what was it? It could have been 20K, or it could have been like 10-ish K, like something in between this. And then they ended up getting their doctors, which added another 20K to their salary by the next year, of course. And I'm just like, it's insane. Like people be thinking like just getting your master's is just so you can go to like different positions. It'd be adding shit to your salary. You get a huge salary increase. So like imagine if I'm already working in like that networking engineering job, and let's say I'm like mid, I'm not senior, I'm not junior, I get my master's and I add another 20, I'm probably getting paid just like the seniors if they don't have a master's, you know what I mean? So that's why getting your master's is definitely dope as hell. And then they kind of get into the courses. This is the undergraduate program though, but so here is the cost and time, flexible schedule, basically get to move when you want. And then it also teaches these certifications. I'm not sure if you get them from here or if you just get taught. It says the cost of these certifications is included in your tuition, helping you save money as you enhance skills. So I guess the certifications are inside of the quiz, which granted, I don't think I mind just taking the A+. Oh, damn, I hate that I keep moving my damn phone. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, I might have to genuinely call. I'm unplugging this because that shit's annoying. I might have to actually call because I feel like if the cost is going to be within this, then I might as well, because if I'm already going to be paying a certain amount, but then also too, I'm kind of thinking about if I just finished it quickly, then you're just paying only probably 8,000 to possibly, 9, 10, 11, 12,000, so if I do it within a year or a year and a half. So I'm like, 12,000 for a college tuition isn't bad. So I think I'm probably just going to do security plus, network plus, and I think I'm going to do that outside of the degree. I also want to do the AWS outside of the degree as well. And then if I have enough time, probably do this. If not, then I guess the rest are just going to be done within. But if I finish all of these here, and I get the AWS, pretty much I could tell them that I already got those certifications and they will already let me skip a lot of classes, or a couple of classes, whatever, the ones that are teaching those, which makes it even better because there's about 42 courses. If I can find where it says that. It's about 42 classes, and it doesn't matter how long you take to complete it. Of course, you want to go as fast as you can because you start taking your time, like you're gonna have to pay a lot. So we got 42 courses here. Yes, so that's good. And then this is the undergraduate courses. So it looks like honestly most of the ones you're going to be taking are undergraduate. Like I'm confused. And then these are the graduate portions for when you actually get your bachelor's and you start moving into your master's. So they give you about, it looks like they only give you about 3, 4, 5, 6 classes, but it's probably like really like hard though. And then they also have capstones as well, which I know a lot of people don't like capstones. But it seems like a lot of the courses here seem to be the general education part. I would hope I don't have to do applied algebra. I wouldn't mind it though. I think a lot of this would be a bit more, probably more easier than damn IT. Maybe the math ones would be hard, like applied probability and statistics. Pissed that I would have to do that. But all the writing ones and the physical science, like I think I'm a pretty good learner, so I believe I'll do well. But yes, this is the information technology part of things. We got the cloud foundations, technical communication, and information technology management, stuff like that. And it's IT project management, spreadsheets. They even have, wait, what the hell? Why they have web development in here? I wonder if they'll take my web development certifications. If they do take it and I get to skip this whole section, I'll be so happy. But the thing is that mine's kind of turned into like a legacy one, so I'm gonna be pissed if I can't do that. Then they have also network and security here as well. And then pretty much when I do all of this, I get my bachelor's, and then boom, you jump right into your master's. And I just can't wait to finally, get into this. They even give a little bit of a description. I think they also get bigger descriptions as well, but so I guess if I were to apply, I would have to start February 1st, and I wasn't thinking of that. I thought if I just applied, you could immediately start. But maybe it's because they're giving you a time. But you could do option 1, submit all transcripts documenting completion of college level works. That's probably the easiest one, to be honest. 2 is possess a bachelor's or associate's degree from an accredited post, submit official record of completion. This is something I'm going to be doing, of completion transferable IT certifications, and I'm going to be submitting some college courses that I already took. Like I took an English course, so hopefully I could skip all that English stuff. I'm pissed I didn't take no damn math. I should have took math. Because I might hate to have to self-teach myself math. That's probably going to be the hardest thing. But I can probably find some courses elsewhere. But yeah, this is going to be lit. I cannot wait to go and get that degree. And be able to put that on because, and then hopefully when I get that degree, and that's why I feel like I also want to focus more this year on certifications because yes, it helps towards the degree. But then also too, I could see as I'm doing that, certifications cost money too, but at least, it's not like that much or like tuition based. And it's not as time consuming compared to actually taking college level courses on WGU and then probably trying to manage it your damn self. Because you could finish it faster than 6 months, of course. That's like kind of what your goal would be if you want to do multiple terms and get it all done before the 4 years. I probably would pick like the easiest and mix it with maybe one medium level class. Kind of make it a bit more easier for me, but just to kind of get through these courses. And it's gonna just be super dope. I just cannot wait to get into that process. And yeah, so going for the degree in 2027 is currently going to be the goal. And I think IT support, of course, is the best starting point just because it's more of an entry level anyway compared to networking. It is possible to immediately land a networking job or land, good jobs in a data tech center. But for me, I think the best thing for me to do would be to do this IT support stuff. And I'm just happy that I'm super young as well, because if it did require me to just kind of have to, up and leave and move and stuff like that, I feel like in the end, I could do that if, just depending on where I would need to go, because I'm not playing. I don't want to go to no state that I feel like the wind's gonna blow me away, or they have bad weather, tornadoes, floodings. I don't want to do none of that. But if I feel like it's a pretty good damn state and I get an offer there, I think I'll be super damn down to go for it. But not for IT support. I think because for me, it's my current job is very stable, comes with a union, so it's damn near impossible to get fired, and it pays you pretty well. So in my head, it's kind of I don't want to go for an IT support position just anywhere, because it's not going to have that same stability, and I'm obviously going to be losing the actual stability at my current job if I decided to quit. So that's why I have two options. One of them is to, of course, do it side by side, whether it's part-time or full-time, just to get experience for probably 3 months, give myself a break, and then do another job for 3 months, because my area offers a lot of IT support positions, which is good, but it's hard to give up that first one. Or for the second option is if my current company ends up offering a IT support position, take it and just transition my job. Though the job wouldn't be unionized no more, in the end, it's still going to show that I worked in a government building as an IT support specialist, and then let's say I worked there for 6 months to a year or two. That's going to look really good on a resume when it comes to trying to apply anywhere else. And also getting that pay, trying to match that pay should also be very easy too, because they're going to want to match your pay, especially because they're probably going to want you to stay. Most of the time they match your pay, or they go a little bit under. So I'm like, that wouldn't be bad at all. And I know hospitals are really the best places to go to. Because hospitals, well, I know people don't like hospital work, but I feel like hospitals do consistently hire, and it's probably a lot more stable in that sense because they always need people. So if you're performing your job well, working IT support in a hospital should be good. But I believe in a hospital, they might just pay like around $60K a year, which isn't bad. And they might also give overtime too, but it depends. But $60K a year isn't bad. But the fact that I know certain government buildings will pay 88 to 90 for that same position is kind of like you would want to go more towards that route. But I feel like either way, I think I would be fine as long as I feel confident that I can land into an IT support position a network engineering position, which I think could happen. So yeah, that's kind of just what my goal is: cloud engineering or AI automation. I want to probably get some studying on AI automation, maybe just on some random classes or just some self-study stuff. Because I think AI automation is going to be the smartest thing for anyone to really get into, since AI is, going to find its way into everything. So if you know how to use AI automation for your benefit, you're going to stand out compared to a lot of other people. And I think it's going to find its way into every job, or even every tech job too. So that's definitely something that I'm very interested in getting into. And then we're finally at day 72. I completely forgot that this is like a milestone, because we already hit 10 days ago. We already hit 2 months of studying this whole IT support thing. Now we're on day 70, and it's crazy. Every time we hit like every 10, it feels insane, because I remember, back in the day when I was studying web design, and I probably was studying it for about, I think 7 months straight. And so I was on day like 130, 150, 160. I was like, damn. So the fact that I'm at day 70, like, it still feels crazy that we're almost at day 100. Like, we've almost been studying for like a minute. That's insane. And it's good that, showing up daily, it genuinely builds confidence, and it shows discipline, man. And I feel like the reason why a lot of people quit before they see results is, results tends to, for some reason, just motivate people to keep going in certain things. But when you see the broader picture, the bigger picture, I feel like sometimes you don't have to see what it's done. Like, I know that was something I was recently saying, though, to my partner previously, where I was just like, yes, the channel, like, everything is kind of aligning perfectly now, where like the channel is doing this thing. I'm, doing my thing with studying whatever I'm studying. I've gotten certain certifications in the past, not for IT, but web design. And I'm like, things are starting to fall together. Oh, and I have that the website where I'm able to sell merch and stuff. And I'm like, I have all these like opportunities, but in my head I'm like, I just want an opportunity to kind of click. So it just feels like, okay, you're doing something right, just keep going down this path. But a lot of it is just still me kind of creating opportunities. But I always tell people who are younger, the best thing you could do is create opportunities and learn as much skills as you can learn, because you never know when it's going to be needed. So even though the current skills that I kind of have now, which are, editing, filming, I feel like talking, right? Talking could be a huge skill, whether people know it or not. I am a little bit shy, but I feel like I could talk if forced to. Like, if I'm like working in a certain position and I need to speak, like, I think I could definitely handle that. And then obviously IT support is what I'm studying, web design. Like, you never know what type of offers you can get when you get a little bit older. And then of course the more skills you add on that, and or like, what if they just integrated certain things and you just didn't think it would happen and you fit perfectly for that role. So part of me always says, if you're young, build those skills, build those, just everything, open up as much opportunities as you can for yourself, monetize a lot of things. Because even with the web development, I kind of felt like, damn, I did web dev, I got my first client, but I kind of didn't really see it being like a constant thing. So a part of me was thinking like, I can make a website. It's like, what should I do? And then randomly, I kind of found out, I don't remember when, maybe a month or so ago, that you're able to put websites in AdSense, or put websites online, like host it for a fee or for free. and then you're able to put AdSense on that website. So it's kind of like YouTube. So if you draw, you know, about 100 people to that website, yeah, you're probably not going to be making like bucks on bucks, but you're going to make like a couple of cents, and then eventually that can turn to money if you make a very popular website. So I'm like, so this website making skill isn't going to waste. I still need to learn how to host a website though, because you need to host one, I think, for like 6 months. But you know, that's what I always tell people too. It's like, if you're getting into web design, literally just start hosting websites through GitHub. Wait until you can get it monetized and put AdSense on it, and just make as much websites as you can. Because even if you're just getting about, you know, you get about 100 people to go to that website, you might make about 50 cents or 40 cents. But imagine if you made about, you know, 100 sites. Obviously, it would be difficult to do it in one day. But the point is that all that can add up one day, or if one day that website gets traction. So I've always said, you know, just pretty much just do that, because that will definitely help. But I will be catching y'all in the next one though. Tomorrow should be, like I said, it should be me studying, but it's not going to be me talking. I might talk probably 10 minutes or 5 minutes before the stream, and then I'm just going to have the camera back there, show myself studying some IT support, which is going to be lit. So make sure y'all end up tuning in. And then I want to talk about actually, no, I think that's it. We're going to end this right here. So thank y'all. If you ended up enjoying this journey, make sure you hit that sub button. If you just joined, hit that subscribe button, and see my stream tomorrow at 12:30 p.m. EST. I'll be catching you on the next one. Deuces.